So WrestleMania 42 was on yesterday, and it's on today in an hour or so on Netflix in Australia. Apologize to people in America. He has to have two streaming services just to watch WWE. You know, you got Netflix for the Raw and SmackDown and NXT. Then what is it, ESPN Plus or whatever for pay-per-views. It's crazy. But yeah, so there was a lot about WrestleMania. There always is, but I think there's more negative stuff about it this year. I mean, there was negative stuff about it before where like the ticket prices were ridiculously expensive. They were struggling to sell tickets, mainly, I think a few things, mainly because it's so expensive. I think people would just, if the tickets were affordable, people would just rock up and buy tickets to WrestleMania no matter what, because it's an event. You know, it's like Coachella for wrestling, even though WrestleMania is way older than Coachella, but I'm just thinking like people buy tickets to Coachella without knowing who's on sometimes, most of the time. Anyway, so yeah, and WWE, in my opinion, it's going to pee off a lot of people because wrestling's so freaking tribal. You know, I don't understand why we can't watch all wrestling. I watch WWE, I watch AEW, and I watch New Japan. You know, I like all of them. But the last couple of months, or even the last couple of years, WWE has not been that good. You know, story-wise, same people winning all the time, direction-wise, and people brought it up, and they get shut down by the WWE fanboys. Don't get me wrong, AEW have fanboys as well. New Japan, not so much. That's kind of like, that seems to be like the most sane of all the wrestling group. But you get people like Sasha Banks and Chris Jericho, when like they're rumored to be going back to WWE, the WWE people love them. He's like, oh, can't wait. And when they like go to AEW or reappear on AEW, they're like, Hack has been, they're the crap. I'm glad they're not in WWE. They're losers anyway. They're mid cards, you know, and they're always in such mid cards. I like the mid cards, you know. Most of my favorite wrestlers are mid cards because they sometimes get the best storylines. But anyway, going into this WrestleMania, I remember back in the day, WrestleMania storylines used to get built up for like nearly a year, or even like at least half a year, or at least maybe even 2 months before it. But now they're just throwing matches together. And now I know there's been a lot of injuries, like with Braun Breaker was meant to fight Seth Rollins and stuff, but some of the other storylines, like the Pat McAfee storyline, where he's like a heel, kind of like a Paul Heyman heel for Randy Orton, then Randy Orton for some reason just RKO's him in the match, but like his heel, and I was wondering like if he's a villain and people hate him, if that would affect like Pat McAfee's sports show. And people say, oh, they're two different universes, but no, because Cody Rhodes went into Pat's studio and smashed it, so both shows exist in the same universe, you know. If they don't, Cody Rhodes is just a freaking psycho going around smashing like studios up. And I know it's probably the whole ESPN connection, but you know, like if he's like a heel and everyone hates him, I think it would affect badly on his sports show where he's meant to be just like a sports fan. I like his sports show. I mean, saying that, Eric Bishaw is doing a cricket podcast here in Australia. It might be good. I haven't listened to it, and I'm talking about cricket like the sport, not the insect. Him doing a podcast about the insect would actually probably be weirder than him talking about the sport. But yeah, so night 2 is normally the better night, but let's see how it goes. I reckon it will be better. I mean, it can't be worse than yesterday. I mean, I don't think it's the worst WrestleMania ever. Like WrestleMania 2 and 9 were pretty bad. And a couple of the ones right at the end of the Vince's run were pretty bad as well. But this one's definitely one of the badder ones. And it was short as well. And which is alright. I guess like it is annoying when AEW pay-per-views, which I do love, they take the whole day and don't really have time to do anything after it. This WrestleMania was short and there was ads. So it was short of wrestling. It was a short event and it was also short due to the ads. And People are complaining that saying like it happened in the daytime and it ended at 7 and it ended at like 9 p.m. It ended at 7 p.m. in Vegas and 9 p.m. in, I don't know, New York or or something. I don't know. I don't know the American time zones. I don't really even know the Australian time zones, you know, but I know it came on at 8 o'clock in the morning here. But I think that's a good thing, like, especially in America and Vegas, which is famous, infamous, what do you want to say, notorious for not having the best transport. Remember that WrestleMania in New Jersey, sorry, MetLife Stadium, and it finished at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and no one could get home, so everyone had to walk across that bridge back to New York. Like, at least like getting home at 7 o'clock is like a bit safer than walk around in the early mornings. I don't know, maybe America has a late night culture. I don't know, but if I had a choice to walk home at 7 p.m. rather than 1 a.m., I'd choose the 7 p.m. But anyway, and it's just, there's so many like ads, like and it was cringy. Like they had the Mandalorian and the Baby Yoda in the crowd. They had like some army general mascot thing. I don't know what he was, an insurance company or something. We don't have that character here. But there was just so many freaking ads. Is that how like they made up for ticket sales? Like, oh, people aren't buying tickets. Let's just fill it up with every mascot we can think of. Like, so today is going to be like Ronald McDonald and the Pringle guy. The Monopoly Man's going to be there for some reason. The Chisel Cheetah will be there. He'd be pretty cool. I can imagine him running in and interfering with the match, you know. They always have the sports stars, which I don't mind in the crowd, like George Kittle. He looked like he was having a fun time. But imagine like they were so desperate for crowds. They like, you know how like sometimes they're like, and players from the Las Vegas Raiders in the crowd, and they just flash like free players or something. Imagine like they're so desperate to fill the stadium up, and they're like, every player in the NFL is here, and they just like film to the grandstand, and every player's just there. Even like the fourth string quarterbacks are there, just like clapping. See how we go, like for tonight. I reckon tonight will be better, but still won't be enough to save this. This would probably be one of the worst pay-per-views of WrestleManias, but maybe not in the bottom 5, but probably maybe in the top 10 worst WrestleManias. I think AEW has really been kicking their butt when it comes to pay-per-view, and Wrestle Kingdom was pretty good this year as well. But, you know, the saving grace is WWE resets after WrestleMania. So they bring up people from NXT, like Ethan Page will probably get a run. Powerhouse Hobbs, whatever the stupid name they gave me, might get a run. You know, Maria May, whatever that stupid name they gave her. See, I forget the names, but in the WWE, people are going to be like, oh, you don't even know the names, you don't even watch the show, you don't even watch wrestling. And I'm like, I do watch the show, I just don't remember the names. That's like, I don't watch NXT. I used to watch NXT back in the day when it had like Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura and all that. Sorry, I mispronounced the name, but that's just me being white trash. And it's good. And people are like criticizing Triple H for the booking. Maybe it is, but I thought Triple H in the early days of NXT did a good job. So I wonder if it's more like TKO, the company that bought WWE, ruining things. I don't know. We find out. I'm looking forward to seeing what ads they will advertise in the crowd this time, you know, what movies or something. Yes, whatever it is, it's going to be unrelated to wrestling. And let's see. I had kind of had a feeling it was going to be, apart from like seeing the card, the lineup, which is, it's a small card. Like there was like 6 matches yesterday and 7 matches today. Like there was a lot of good wrestlers who aren't injured that they left off the card. They could have just put matches in. And I think we should go back to the day where like the Andre the Giant trophy is in WrestleMania, even if it's in the pre-show, which they don't really have anymore. But have that in WrestleMania, and that gives a chance for like up-and-coming wrestlers coming back from injuries, or people from NXT going to put them in WrestleMania. And you can also, again, put cameos in instead of like having eyes show speed and stuff in an actual match. Put them in the Andre the Giant memorial match, I guess. And I would like to see the Money in the Bank back in WrestleMania. I didn't really enjoy it when it had its own pay-per-view, but you could have like the men's one night and the women's the other night, or you could have the men's at WrestleMania and the women's one at SummerSlam. You know, should be interesting. Yeah. My prediction is next year at WrestleMania 43, there will be a match involving Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast will be special guest referee. I'm surprised they haven't already done that already. But anyway, yeah, let's see. Anyway, I kind of like going back to, I had a feeling WrestleMania was going to be bad when John Cena, who I am a fan of, didn't really like his retirement tour, which was a bit weird. But he came out and was the host. I'm not a fan of the WrestleMania host. So I like it when it was just like match. And I used to like the montage of the matches where they would like show like a 2-minute or 90-second story of why they're feuding. Like they didn't really do that this year, mainly probably because most of the matches didn't have like a backstory. So yeah. But saying all that, I am a little bit excited for WrestleMania. Today's my RDO. If it wasn't my RDO, I would actually took annual leave to watch it. Starts at 8 o'clock. Hopefully it's not 8 o'clock now. I'm looking forward to it. I got a whole bunch of junk food and soft drink. And I'm just ready to binge. And hoping it's going to be good. Like I said, it can't be worse. Yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah, thanks for watching. Kieran Dalton out, and you can't see me.